If you are a woman living her best hot mess express life while simultaneously crushing it, and you're craving more clarity, purpose, and excellence, get ready because you're in the right spot. I am your host, Chelsea DeBruin-Colbert, and I want to welcome you to Season 2 of All Things Excellence, the podcast, where I'll be bringing you all the inspiration and insights your excellence-seeking heart desires. This season, I'm stepping back into chasing big, bold, and absolutely terrifying goals, sharing every honest step and misstep along the way. We're continuing our beloved Unscripted series, featuring live clarity coaching sessions with guests just like you, and diving deep into raw behind-the-scenes stories of powerhouse women founders I am wildly obsessed with, whose journeys will fuel your own. So grab your coffee, settle in, and get ready to discover just how close you are to the life your soul is calling you to create. This is All Things Excellence. Hey, All Things Excellence fan. Today I have a special treat for you. I have Sarah from Soul Planners.
Hey.
And we go way back in a totally different lifetime
We sure
of,
do.
of life. But she has 4 years now. Did you start in 2018?
Yeah, 2018 was the first planner.
2018. I remember where I was living and the living room I was standing in Dallas when you came out with this very first planner. Y'all, she is the creator and founder of Soul Planners. They are beautiful planners with insane amounts of intention inside of them. And I thought there is no better person out there to be able to kick off this, how women of excellence close their year and create a new year with a lot of intention. I just knew it was actually, I think my husband and I were somewhere driving, doing something weird. It was like the weirdest moment in time. And you beamed into my head. And I remember looking at my husband and going, how have I not had her on my podcast yet?
Well, as soon as you asked, I think I replied, well, that's an easy yes, of
Yes,
course.
yes, yes. So I know there are several of my friends that are listening to this podcast that have also been loving your planners for years, and so they're going to be excited to hear this. But in true All Things Excellence fashion, y'all, I want to start at the beginning. I want to start about where you were. It obviously was before 2018, and y'all, she's already told me that you were driving down the road. So let's start with where you were that ended up creating Soul Planners, because I love giving women this permission to go, how in the world did she get here to this beautiful planner? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I had this thought recently because I want to create a journal, like a notebook journal with felt on the outside, because I have one and I can't get it anymore. And I ordered all that they had, but they're gone and sold out. So I'm like, I'm just gonna create my own. And my first thought was like, I don't know how to do this. And my second thought was, I'm not kidding, this was in a few weeks, but before I talked to you, my second thought was, Sarah somehow gets like a pallet of hundreds of planners delivered to her from like China on a barge. I bet she could tell me how.
Yes, we'll get you your felt notebooks.
Yeah, yeah. So I just want to give so many women permission to chase the thing that they
Yeah.
think is impossible, just like
Oh,
we've
yeah.
watched you do. So,
Yeah.
how did this happen?
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about this. So,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of ideas come in a season of transition, and that is
Mm,
where I was at that time.
yeah.
Um,
But you've
I was
been,
in
yeah, yeah.
I was in direct sales. I had thought I was going to do direct sales my entire career because I loved it and it was going really well. And I was starting my family and had a couple kids, and then it was starting to get really hard. And um
Because this was old
and
school, y'all. This was like back in 2017 where
yeah,
all
I'm leaving
this,
my house to do this.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a lot of time, a lot of nights a week. This is back then
Yeah.
when you're
Yeah.
physically leaving your house and you're driving hours away and having
Yeah.
appointments and
And I realized like so much of that business I had mastered because I had just like memorized things and gotten really good at it. And I was able to like perform for 2 hours, and then I was, I'm introverted, so then I would be like exhausted, but I'd be done and it'd be fine. But when I had to come home to 3 small kids, I was like, I can't come home drained anymore. Like I have to actually have energy left at the end of the day. Um So that's the season I was in, and my kids were napping ages, and I would start like making my I had to make my own planner because when you are a female who is running a house or keeping a house going, if and then you have a business and a business where like you have time slots where you need to be like, I'm calling you at this exact
That
time,
time.
not like I'll call you this afternoon, but I'll call you at 2:30 and I have to remember that. Like I
Mhm.
had some really specific needs that I needed to have in a planner. And I realized as I was working on this planner how much I loved it. Like the kids would wake up from their nap and I'd be like jazzed because I had just been tinkering and designing for a couple hours. And so side by side of like, okay, I'm coming home drained from this one business, but this other thing is starting to really
Like
give me energy and seeing them side by side, I was like, okay.
we
But
have
of
to
course,
we have to interject this personality thing.
okay.
You'll need to know that you're an Enneagram 5.
Mhm.
Enneagram 5s
Mhm.
are like the teachers, the resource managers, and they
Mhm.
wake up every day with a finite amount of fixed energy. And my husband's best friend is a 5, and there was a season where he was coming home and he didn't have the bandwidth left for his family. And
Mhm.
I said, "Your family isn't the problem, your job is."
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it is entertaining to me that you found creating a tool for others to manage their time and their talent and their resources more joyful. Like this thing you were creating all by yourself in a dark room while your kids were
Yeah.
napping brought you more joy than driving all over the state of Ohio, right? You lived in Ohio at the time, maybe you still live there, right? Ohio, and being with groups of people all the time and then coming home to your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, like, it's a sign, but, like, when you're
Yeah.
close to it, you don't see
I
it as clearly.
I know.
And the idea of letting something go, especially if it's been successful, like, again, Enneagram 5, it's really hard to let go of some
Yeah.
things.
Well, and y'all go to when you feel safe and secure in that environment, you go to the 8. And so you're really like for the sake of your people. So I imagine it was also hard to,
Oh,
you're letting
yeah.
go of a secure income. You're letting go of this way that you're really standing in the gap for people and helping them.
Yeah.
And you were wildly successful.
It was hard. Yeah. And that was the driving moment. It was a rainy November day, I remember. And hearing like, okay, like, it's time for something new.
Like you
And I
really
felt
felt
like
like God spoke to your heart.
yeah, I feel like God was saying, "I have something new to give you." And, like, this planner thing specifically was, like that's what I was thinking about, but I need you to set down. It's time to set down the other business, and I cannot give you more until you let that other thing go. And that was, like, my moment of, like, okay, like, so scary still, but so thankful for the clarity that came and, like
Because it wasn't not successful. It just,
yeah, right.
honestly, that was the hardest part, right? Like it was.
And I'm sure we'll talk about this, but that was also a moment of like getting clear on what is most important to me, not just like what's been most important to me in the past, but like in this new season of life as a mom of three little kids, like what is most important to me right now? And one of those things was energy. Like honestly, just energy had become a higher priority than what it had been in the past. And so
Oh,
in new
yeah.
seasons, like prioritizing different things is real.
Do you feel like that question, what is most important to me? Is that a core question that you tend to ask yourself, especially in this season at the end of the year where you're looking back, you know?
Mhm. Yes. And specifically, what's most important to me or what matters most to me is how I phrase it. What matters most to me right now in this season?
Mm,
Um, not because I mean, there's so many things like what matters to your parents is not exactly what might matter most to you right now, or what matters to your best friend is a little bit different than what might matter most to you right now in this season. And what mattered most to you last year might be different than what matters most to you right now. And this is such a good time of year to think about what mattered most to me last year because something may have evolved over the year and became more important, and then what matters most to me
mhm.
like heading into this next year.
When I think that changes and evolves, like I think about that for myself, and I think about tiny little things I started doing last year, just because a year ago I'd hired, to be really honest, I'm being really honest right now, to be really honest, I'd hired this full-time assistant and I was like, oh my gosh, like I've got to, I'd all, because we had, right, in direct sales, like you always have a lot of assistants doing different things, but to have this person that 40 hours a week, like their whole world depended on you,
Right.
very triggered my Enneagram 8 into my 5, assessing my resources. And so I started taking on a lot of tiny little projects where I was helping people do things that I knew was a very solid, consistent income. And I remember this fall getting to this point where I hated it. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I hate these people and I hate the stuff that I have to do for them. They're probably listening to this. Just kidding. I don't really hate y'all, but like the idea is hating, and I today it's like what is most important to me, what matters most in this season, and I said to you, looking back, like if I could sit here and look at my soul planner and how I spent the year, um it's like I hate it. It's my least feel good year because I feel like I did so much for so many other people and so little for
Mhm.
myself, and not in like a self, like, oh, I'm ready to be selfish way, but in a I just want I want to win again in
Mhm,
this season.
mhm.
But like a year
Yeah,
ago, that wasn't important. It was like
yeah.
finding my voice and
Mhm,
creating a stable, consistent income and
mhm.
trying a pivot and seeing if it worked, but not spending all of our money negatively at the same time.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you
yep.
saying that, I'm like, oh man, I can see how it's just our value in that
Mhm.
season changes.
Yeah,
Do you feel
yeah.
like that? So do you feel like you did have this shift where it was this thing where, in direct sales, you were so successful because you loved the freedom and the flexibility in that season that it gave you. But then what mattered most, you said, was energy. Like you needed.
Right, instead of, like, I mean, I'm sure even just, like, success was important to me, achievement was important to me for a
Right.
long time.
Yeah.
It was so motivating and brought me so much joy.
Yeah.
And then, um,
Mm,
yeah, that had changed where I needed to prioritize, like, time at home. I just had to have more time at home.
yeah.
And, and that was a season. I knew that was like a season too. I could go back to it if I made the wrong choice, but,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm,
yeah, yeah, things had changed. And I think if we don't take the time consistently, like either yearly, it could be monthly, it could
yeah.
be quarterly, to pause and reflect on what does matter, like what has changed, because things can change really quickly.
Do you remember the saying that we would always hear in our trainings where they would say, like, a woman's life drastically changes in 90 days? Every 90
Oh,
days, so you should always follow up with her every
yeah.
90 days.
Oh, yeah.
I feel that
Yeah.
more deeply now at 40 than
Yes.
I've ever felt that.
Right?
Yeah.
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 Yes.
And so
There's and I help a lot of people set goals and
you
stay
do.
consistent with their goals, and it's funny because 'cause I've now learned to ask, like, at the beginning of every quarter, we go back and we look at the goal that we had set, and the first question I ask is this goal still relevant? Because it's been a whole quarter, and this goal might not even matter to you anymore. Like, what has happened in your life over the last 3 months,
Mhm.
and is it relevant? Because if it's not, let's throw it out the window and get a new one.
Mm.
And, like, having like, giving permission, and sometimes just the sigh of relief that comes from them to be like, "Wait, I can do that?" Like, "Yes."
Permission to lay down the goal. That's no longer relevant. Oh, I love that. Okay. So what are some of the biggest, I guess, do you have a process? Okay, wait, let's finish this story. Okay, so you're driving down the road, you hear this, your kids are napping, you step down in direct sales, you fully throw yourself into creating this planner,
Mhm.
you figure out how to order a whole massive pallet of them from China, right?
China, yeah.
Like it came on a barge.
Right, yes, it came on a boat.
Like, wasn't there a year like I feel like we would track the barge every year?
Right,
I had
like
fun tracking the barge.
and, I mean, the great thing about the beginning of a business is you just don't know what you don't
Mm.
know.
Yeah.
And if I don't know if anyone is, like, nervous to start something, like, it was so unlike me to just start something without knowing all the steps. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm so glad that I was like, "I'm just doing it." Like, I'm just following it, and I'm gonna try it because I kind of forget how that quote from Marie Forleo goes, but, like, we never lose or fail. Like we learn and so we win or something like that.
Because everything is figure outable. She's the
Um,
everything is figure outable lady.
yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so if I'm making wrong choices, I'm gonna figure it out and I'm gonna be able to pivot. Yeah, so I think like that driving moment was November, and now I know you have to order a pallet of planners in August, if you want it by Christmas or, around there. And
Really?
this was November when I first had my idea. Like then I had to take up some orders and like figure it all out and
Yeah.
I
When did these
placed the
come?
order. You know what? I placed the order sometime at the end of November thinking it'll probably take about 10 days. Well, nobody got their planner until the end of January that
Okay,
year.
because I'm like, there's writing in here in February, and I'm positive this was the first one.
I mean, yeah, that first semi showed up on January 25th, I'm pretty sure. And like from
Well, maybe I missed
January
the first
1st to
one.
25th, I had like stomach aches because like everyone understandably is like, where's my planner?
2018, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, of 2018. Okay. This is my
Yeah.
2019. I don't know where
If I
my
would have
2019 is.
known that, I never would have taken a step forward, but I didn't, and I'm just so glad that I
That you
I
didn't
just
know.
took the first step because next year it went better.
Yeah. I know, because then this was next year. So this was 2019. I remember that one. And then okay, I have them all stacked right here, actually, guys. Which is really great. I was telling her as I was going through them because inside of them, it's not just a regular planner. Like you do have so many tools inside to help people create a really intentional life in all areas of their life, health, wellness, everything, but also finances. And so I was joking. It's been really fun to pull these out this morning and look at what things didn't cost in 2018.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right, right. No, that is the 2018 one. It has to be because 2019 is under it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I did. Because I didn't start in it till later, I must have like at the beginning of the next
Oh,
year
true.
written in it a little bit
Yeah.
until my new one came.
Because
I have
that
a
one was
notebook.
undated. It was undated. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is undated.
Yeah.
You're so right. See, y'all, she spit out a planner a month late into the year, undated, so we could all just figure it out. Right? And we all ordered it and we loved it and we ordered some more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Just do it.
Just do it. I love it. Okay, because so you had said that your prayer with this business would be kind of based on some of First and Second Chronicles about people being so busy that their hearts are divided, and that really at the end of the day, it was all about helping women have more intention to be less divided and more connected and more intentional, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Where did that prayer come along in the creation of this business?
Yeah. It was the moment of like, is this gonna be like a fun hobby? Because like I said, it was energizing me, but
Yeah.
did it need to actually be a business? Because I had already done that. Um,
Oh,
so like, why not just make this for me and my friends?
yeah,
Why would I go through the whole process of getting it manufactured overseas? Like,
yeah.
why would I do that? And that was what came to me. It was like just the next thought from God that I felt like dropped was like I'm roaming looking for women whose hearts are fully committed, and like I just see a bunch of busy women like just reacting and busybodies without the intention. Like if you look at your calendar and your planner, is it reflecting what's most important to you? And most of the time we start off that way with an intention, but then like all the things come in, the questions and the opportunities and the things we didn't expect, and by the end of the year, it's like, "Wait, this isn't what," like you said, like, "This isn't exactly what I wanted," or, "I'm not enjoying this."
No, and you know what? This is the very, very first year of my whole existence of my life. Because, y'all, I grew up in direct sales with a mom in direct sales, so I was stealing her bonus planners as a child. Like, I've been planning my life in a planner for a long time. And this is the first year where I think because it was so, we have this family planner, this family online calendar,
Mhm,
through
mhm.
Google, where it's like I can see the schedule that my husband has at the school. And I think because of that, I've just evolved into not having a paper planner for the first time ever this year. And I think that's why it was my least this is so weird to say. Like, I hate saying this I sound ungrateful and like I suck at life, but I'm saying it's like my least favorite year because I think because I wasn't taking that planner and really looking at what's happening this month. Because when you do a digital planner, your calendar on your phone and your laptop and your iPad, you're living from like one week of survival to the next of like
Mhm,
where do you have to be all over the place, as
mhm,
opposed to like your planner and the soul planner, it causes you to slow down and really look at from this like holistic month view what is happening this month and where am I going and how many Saturdays am I gone and like am
mhm,
I working my Sabbath in correctly and what does this look, you
mhm,
know what I mean? Like
mhm.
it's making you take such a high level view, and I think that that is why I hate saying like my year sucked because my year didn't suck. I know, like here I'm like, I'm wrapping up my first podcast ever with 100 episodes, and I had my highest income year in my coaching business, and
And
I
I'm not
was
satisfied.
present for vacations with my family, and I helped the soccer team raise more money than we did last year, and we're having the time of our lives, and we're having a better year than we've ever had in our new school, but like this year sucked. I know that sounds, but I feel like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just feel like
And
like life really lived me this year and I didn't live life and I'm like, I don't like that. I don't
right,
want to do that
right.
again.
And I would tell like my accountability group that I have every month,
Yeah.
when we do our monthly review, I just say like it's just data, guys. Like it's just we're just tracking and reviewing it. Like just look at it as data. And so instead of feeling bad about how your year is ending, it's just new data for you to just say, okay, like now I need to pivot a little bit, to
Yeah.
so that everything is lined up.
Yeah. So what do you do do you have like a process at the end of the year where do you pull out your soul planner and do you look back at the year and what does the end of the year process look like for you?
Yeah.
Like, how do you wind up your year and like tie a bow on it? And then what is this process that you're doing to work to create a new intentional year?
Yeah. I love to get the new planner out, and in the beginning of the soul planner is the goal setting guide. It's a whole dedicated tab of just goal setting. But the first step is the reflection step. And I give everyone a heads up, like just set aside an hour. Like it's not convenient, but make it fun. Like get your markers, get your drink, and um it's so worth it. The 1 hour you spend to reflect and don't move on to the goal setting until you've reflected. Like it's a game. It's going to save you weeks and months of your next year and just insight. Choosing to reflect first and some reflection questions. I mean, the power of a simple reflection question. And it's funny because they're questions, it's like, it's not like you've never heard that question before, but when you're asked it and you like need to write it down, you're like, wow, that was so good. Like,
Yeah.
I have a question that says, what mattered the most to me last year? Not an earth
What
shattering question.
what
And
mattered the most to me this last year?
yeah, and when you sit and you think like, it's actually powerful to
Mm,
start, like, thinking of all these moments, and there's usually something that comes up that's like, "You know what? Like, this I found a lot of joy in this one thing, and I didn't expect that."
yeah. Mine was definitely that like technically on my fiscal year end, I was at my brother's truck show with my niece and nephews.
Yeah. I mean,
Like I
if
was
you
so
don't
proud of
pause to
myself.
think about that, like, you might not realize, like, how important that one moment was to you.
Yeah. I love that question. What mattered most to me this year? Which is
Yeah.
wild because this is really important because I finished a massive goal to earn a very special car back in 2014. And I didn't go see my aunt who was dying and she died and I never saw her ever again. And I beat myself up about that a long time.
Mm.
Had
Mhm.
like kind of a mental breakdown over it, really. Like a
Yeah,
couple years
yeah.
later, I just crashed over it
Mm.
emotionally. And so that it
Right,
mattered. I was
right.
like, all right, like it's just that mattering of like, I don't know, like that being there for my brother and with the for his first one ever and with the kids, I was proud of myself that I cared more about being there to support him than
Yeah,
finishing
yeah,
a goal.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, that's
Yeah.
it, that's it right there.
Hmm.
Like, that's a heart, like, not divided.
Real quick, before we dive back in, I want to share something I created for the women who are growing, but still kind of feel like they're doing it alone. If that statement just hit, then this is for you. I've never felt so aligned and so alone, is the message I kept hearing as more and more women were falling in love with their life doing what they were born to do. They were craving that like minded, iron sharpening iron relationship with other women who were as focused, powerful, and determined to be positive as they were. And that is why I created the Growth Collective. It's our All Things Excellence book club community where you don't have to read the book because audio and PDF Cliff Notes are provided for you. There's a community for you to connect and network with other growth-minded women, plus 2 monthly Zooms where you receive connection and live coaching from me. Head on over to chelseadbc.com/book club to join us. All right, let's get back into it because what you're hearing today is exactly why spaces like the Growth Collective exist. We were never meant to grow alone. Before we got on here, y'all, we were talking about just like the evolution of soul planners in general and how you're evolving it because obviously you have the planners, but you also have a lot of tools. Like you've always had a lot of tools and like the accountability group and things like that. So if people, in case people are watching the YouTube, do you have any of the new planners with you yet?
I
Physically?
do. Yeah, let's see. I have one of them.
Like this one. Do you have you probably have the blue
Oh,
one, don't
I
you?
just have
Oh,
this
you have
color.
that one. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay. I love this very, I don't even know. Is that called, not really Art
It's
Deco.
like
What is it?
geometric, kind of like Bauhaus, kind of.
Ah, I love it.
Um,
These are like my branding colors that I use a lot on my stuff, so I'm
oh,
obsessed with that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and I love that, like, okay, I have to show you this. So
Yep,
this
show me.
box is January. Like, if you flip
What?
to January, it looks like that. It matches, and that's February, and that's March, and that's
What?
April. It matches the theme of each month, which I love because it's just like
Yeah.
every month is different, every season is different, but like
Yeah.
when you really step back, it like also all works together too.
Yeah. Are those all of them up there behind you in those the top shelf on your bookshelf?
Yeah, those are, yeah.
All the old ones, but they don't have the things on them.
Those are the
Oh, it's the
boxes up
box.
there
The
that they,
boxes. Because
yeah.
it comes beautifully. Because that's another thing I think that's so special about your planner is it's like it's a whole beautiful thing.
Kind of like a keepsake a little bit.
It is a lot like a keepsake, actually. Yeah. Do you want to talk about some key components inside your planner? If they're watching YouTube, they can see it, but otherwise you can just chat about like what is inside of your planner that you put in there
Yeah.
intentionally and why it's in there, why you feel like it's important. It is not
Yeah.
a planner from Target, y'all. It's
It's
not
not.
that basic little $20 planner from Target. It is really masterful, which is very Enneagram 5 of you.
Mm,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
It's very there's a lot of goal setting and goal tracking. And there are people that use it that don't use the goal setting, but that's what makes it different from other planners is the goal setting and the goal tracking in a unique way. Like I've really, really worked on like how to track your goals in a way that like we've talked about, like what matters most to you, like gentle reminders with reflection questions and just the right spot to help you to pause, like before moving on and just cramming more into this planner, like is what you're putting in this planner, does it line up with like your values and your season of life right now?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
um yeah, because there's lots of awesome planners out there. But if you want to track your goals and your time like in the same notebook, the other thing that I love about it is it's very colorful and every single month is different because I know a lot of people have like planner guilt for starting a planner and then like in March you're like, "Oh shoot, where's my planner? I haven't
Yeah.
seen it in a couple weeks."
It
Or
is beautiful. Like yours is beautiful.
and so like March is going to look different from February. Just flip the page and you get like a whole new experience. And to give you that tangible like I'm going to flip the tab, you know, you get that like kinesthetic feedback of like slowing down, I'm going to flip over, I'm going to
Mm.
pause, I'm going to think, and then I'm going to move forward. I think that's something unique about it.
This is what I'm talking about where I think I've lost intention this year not using a physical planner is I think there was no like turning of the tab, so to
Mhm.
speak, where I was then like physically, I mean, do I like pull out? it's like, do I go from week view to month view all the time on my digital planner on every device because it's on every device in our house? I do, but there's something about it where that's not quite the same as emotionally sitting there with this piece of paper, which is, why I'm a physical book
Yeah.
reader. I need
Versus
to,
Kindle.
I gotta live in it, y'all. I gotta like
Yeah.
live in this book and I gotta mark all over
Yeah.
it.
Even
And
like knowing like my
yes.
bookmark is now in December. It's at the end. And
Hmm.
that little like, oh, I'm at the end of the year. Like it's just something that happens when you're like, wow, I'm getting to the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so other attributes of this planner, y'all, I'm going to tell you the the metal corners, right? You still have the metal corners on it.
Hmm.
Y'all, that's
Hmm.
elite, okay? The metal corners matter because it protects it inside your bag. I don't know.
Right.
I do love that part of it.
Yeah.
Um, the
Yes.
coil, the
Yeah.
binding.
Hmm.
You've got
Yes.
serious. Oh, I do love that one, the coily over the,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Notice that went away after year one. The YRO.
That was tough because it would get caught on everything.
I
Yeah.
don't know how planners like a lot of planners still have that. I don't know.
They do? I don't like it.
I
You
mean,
guys, it's where it's like not a coil, but it's just this thing, and you got to try and
called
keep it
YRO and it just opened. Yeah.
keep it all in alignment so it
I've
doesn't
also
have
learned I homeschool my kids and I've learned from their curriculum books like what holds up and what doesn't. YRO does not hold up. If you're actually gonna like open and close a book every day,
Mhm.
you need
It's not
spirals,
holding up.
something like this.
Yeah, it's not holding up. So I think another great thing about your planner is I wouldn't say that you need to be an entrepreneur. Like it's not just for entrepreneurs, but if you're like a entrepreneur or in leadership or a homeschooling mom, like
Mm-hmm.
I would say very specifically, this could be an exceptional planner for you, just because one, your experience, you were a business owner, and that's kind of what you created this on. And then two, it's evolved so much with a lot of your clients being entrepreneurs.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so you have all of that. And then what other, you have a digital planner now, so they can go digital.
Yeah. I do
Yeah.
have a digital planner, like
Okay.
open good notes, and you can bring it into there with tabs. And then some people like already have a planner they love, or they have a digital planner, but they want a paper extra support. And so I have the goal setting guide that is in the planner. I do have it so you can just get
Mm.
just that part. And it comes with like all the monthly like ways you break down your goals monthly too. It's something you could use all year long, not just like January 1st.
I love this because, okay, y'all, I have so many thoughts on this because it's like I am not, the broken down like the weekly thingy
Hmm.
where you go through the week and you put your stuff in the week by week.
Hmm.
I never ever use that part, but I use the
Hmm.
month view and I use the questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I love this digital one because I'm like, oh, I'm like,
Hmm.
I can see myself downloading this, uploading this into my GoodNotes. I love GoodNotes. I love writing all over things in GoodNotes and then printing it out and binding it.
Yeah. Yeah, because in GoodNotes you can like delete the pages you don't want or don't need or don't use. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. And I really, really I love doing that. So I think like for you digital planner people, if you just want to keep it digitally planner, or even within there, if you're, because I think sometimes, right, like we go to Target and we're sifting through all the planners, then we go, I love this part, but I don't love that part, and I'm never going to use this part, but I definitely want to use this part. I think that's where a cool thing is like the digital version, being able to do that, being able to upload it into GoodNotes and pull it all that you want and write all over it, because I love writing all over it again. And so like our meal planner, I like write it digitally and then I print it and I hang it on we have like a family war wall. The war wall where it's like the calendar, that everything,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
the war wall, right? Where all the important stuff hangs. And then I hang that on the war wall. And my husband loves it because he loves knowing what am I taking to work today for lunch?
I love that.
It makes his Enneagram 9 day. I don't
That's
know.
amazing. I love that.
We started doing it. There was for a couple years we kept our friend's teenager alive so he could play soccer here. And we started doing it back then. And his name is Zach, and he's a sixth, and he loved that. There was something about this like safety and security to him of like
Yeah.
knowing what's for dinner
Someone
tomorrow
has
and
a
the next.
plan. Yes.
He loved a good plan. And then when we didn't have him anymore, my husband was like, "Can we keep doing that?"
Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you even have that. I know you have like little sections where it's like people can use things like that, where they can be like brain
Hmm.
dumping and planning meals ahead
Yeah.
and things like that. So, okay, so you also have you all have to go to our website. Obviously, it's in the show notes. You have you have all these bundles. Like, tell me about this.
Okay, the bundles, there's the accessory bundles, because I mean,
Yeah, tell me about what this is,
if
because I'm
you're
going.
a paper planner person, then you're probably a stickers and markers kind of person too, stationery, highlighters.
We love it all.
Right, so there's a bundle for that, of
So
course.
there's
There's the
there's
hybrid
stickers
bundle.
and stuff in this, the bundle.
Hmm. There's stickers, and then, oh my gosh, I have to show you my sticky notes.
Yeah, you
Okay.
made. I'm holding the microphone away. You made sticky
I have become obsessed with Post-it notes.
Post-it notes are my dream.
Yeah,
It's my
so well, these match the planner, like this little, and they like
stop.
fit. I know.
How did you even know to do this?
I mean, you just learn along the way, one
You
step
guys,
at a
this is
time.
what I'm talking about. She's literally selling cleanser one day and she's driving down the road and she's like, I'm gonna quit selling cleanser and I'm gonna create this planner. And now she's got planners that come on pallets from China and
I
customs
mean, this is how I
sticky
feel
notes.
about your podcast. Like that sounds like I just can't even fathom. Like
Well,
how do you even
how I
press
did this,
record? I don't even
how
know.
how I got that. Well, so y'all just need to know this about me. This coach that I hired recently, the only reason I hired her, well, she's brilliant, that too, was because there's a part of her life that she's living that I want that life. And one of my very bestest friends, her name's Anne, she had a podcast and she had somebody running it. And so I knew that if Ange can do it, I can do it because Ange would tell me how to do it. And she
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
She was like, this
Yeah.
is how you do it. And
Love
I was
that.
like, she actually gave me all the instructions. And then I looked at the instructions in my back door and said, just kidding. Will you hire me a person in your virtual assistant company to do it instead? Because I got lost on step
Right.
like two.
Two.
Like one was name the podcast, and then with step two said something about RSS feed, and I was like, oh, I need help. So and then yeah, I really just find the person that's doing a part of like life that I'm like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, how are you doing that? So
Yeah.
you guys, these aren't you if you're only listening to the audio, you can't see this. These are not square post-it notes. These are like custom cute cut out sticky notes, right? Hold those up
Yeah.
again.
They're like geometric shapes to go with the geometric shape planner.
They literally match the planner.
Yeah. Yes. So
Okay,
that's the accessories bundle.
stop it. So there's custom sticky notes that coordinate and stickers. There's sticky notes,
Mm,
there's okay,
and the
okay,
planner. Yep.
okay,
And I've been loving the hybrid bundle because
okay, tell me about that
I
one.
I really it's the paper planner and the digital planner because I mean I think a lot of people are both. Like you don't have to be either or. Like the digital planner really gives you freedom to leave the house with just your digital device and not bring the 3 pound 8 by 10 planner with you.
I think that's where I started getting away with from a planner was because I stopped wanting to break my
Yeah.
back and I started
Yeah.
just tossing my iPad in.
Yeah. There's benefits to both, and I mean there's tons of people that are either or, but there's a lot of people that are both.
I think I need to be both. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, I'm living and dying by these appointments that are in my digital. There's that. But then there's this thing with like the physical where I need to sit and look at it every day. Like
Hmm.
there's something about sitting at my desk and looking,
Yeah.
at it
Yeah.
physically and like seeing the different
Yeah.
colors and
Before like you open the computer and before you look at the phone. Yeah. Like you decide first before reacting.
I see, I think that's another place where the year really got away with me because I used to bring all that stuff out with me to my quiet time without devices, but now the only way to do that is with a device. And the next thing I know, I'm like 80,000 trillion text messages deep
Oh
from
my
everyone
God.
that needs me that day.
Right.
But I'm with my iPad, I'm not with my phone, which is, funny because I know sometimes people are calling me and they're like, I just called you, but you text me. Like, what is
Yeah.
going on here? Well, my phone's locked in my office, but my iPad is out in the kitchen,
Yeah.
Um, hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Oh my
think
gosh, that was me the other day. I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and read my Bible. But I really just need to order this Christmas present really fast before it goes out of stock. And like 45 minutes later, I'm still Christmas shopping. I'm like, wait, I was gonna
Yeah.
read my Bible. Like,
Do you think that people need to consider a really big return to paper planner? Consider it.
yeah, it's a great question. I think if we
And I mean
do,
this,
I
so
think there's
and I know you of all people can answer this question without looking at it from a monetary gain for yourself.
right.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of benefits to paper planning, but I think that just our time in this culture is very digital, and like I can't ignore that,
Yeah.
and it's just part of our life. So I think there's benefits to paper planning, but I think digital planning has a place too.
What do you think? So again, so we've got, the full hybrid option, or it's like, yes, you have your family Google Calendar that is giving everyone alerts of where everyone's going, and we've got that, and that's great and awesome. But what do you think having that paper planner at your desk gives you that a digital planner can't?
Mm. Well, it definitely helps with focus, like 100%. Like there's just lots of research that you can focus better when it's just a piece of paper and pen.
Really?
Hmm. Yeah. And like along with that, it's the memory that comes with it. Like you'll remember it more. And so you don't have to spend as many brain cells trying to remember what you're supposed to do next or what you said you're going to do or what the next step was. Um,
Oh my gosh, I think I just realized a challenge that I've had. I thought I was just getting older. I Okay, so you remember when we would like fly from one appointment to the next, the next, the next in different places all over the state every day?
yeah.
Right, that was
Yeah.
our era. And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and because the moment I would write it down in my planner, I remembered it.
Yeah.
Like I just
Yeah.
knew. And I would just go from one to the next to the next.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was saying recently, like I've lost the ability to just know what I'm supposed to be doing and what time it starts.
Yeah.
And you're saying this, and I'm realizing I'm like, oh my gosh, because it went from me physically writing my planner
Mhm.
2:30, Ashley,
Yeah. Yeah.
3:30, Jessica, 4:30, Sarah,
Mhm.
right? Like I'm not
Right.
physically writing the time with their name next to it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm taking a photo with my photographic memory in my brain, and it's
Right.
causing me to lose my footing
Right. Right.
in my day and where the
Yeah.
days are going and how I'm spending them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's the thing, you're saying there's research to this, like, that
Right. Oh,
physically
yeah.
writing the thing down
Definitely.
can
And
have
it's
such a big impact.
also therapeutic a little bit because it's like journaling, like you're writing and it causes you to reflect a little bit. I was just emailing my customers the other day and I was comparing it to waitresses that don't write the order down. I'm like, I'm not going to tip you anymore just for like not writing your order. Just write it
Just
down.
write it down. Just write
Just
it
write it
down.
down
Like, I
because
don't think you're fancy not writing it down.
yeah, like what you can, yes, you can. But like why hold that all in your head? Same with like your to-do list. Like why hold it all?
Mm,
Because then like when I'm having a conversation or like even being able to like get into deep creative work or get into like a vulnerable conversation, like all of that, like you have to set all this stuff down in your brain and like that's what the paper's for. It's gonna set it, you can set it down on the paper and then you can like look at the person you're talking to and be more present, I think.
I think in general in your life, like your planner, because there's a brain dump area in there, and so I think in general, you're helping people probably use their brain better, like have higher functioning brains because they're getting it out and they're sorting it out. I would imagine there's a lot of research that you've probably found about how people sleep better when they're using a planner and they're getting it all out of their head and down onto the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
I think my Enneagram 5, it's like, yeah, the resource of your attention and your time is just so precious. It's so precious.
Yeah.
And so like we have to like learn how to manage it right so we
Mm.
don't run out.
What? Okay. So, what would you tell like 2018 Sarah, like summer, fall 2018 Sarah that just had this idea and is tinkering with it in the middle of the night and wondering, should I really lay down this career that I've put a lot of work into for years at that point, right? Years.
Mhm,
What would
mhm,
and you're thinking about this planner thing, you're gonna like order planners from China, custom planners from
mhm.
China. Like, what would you tell her about going after this?
Mm. I mean, I would just say, "Do it. Do it." And you know what I would say? It is
Mhm.
you are not gonna do it perfectly. Like, just know that right now you want to so bad. You wanna make everybody happy.
Yeah.
You're gonna make mistakes. Like, I just need to know, like I would have wanted to know, like, how to do it right, but I would really just tell myself, "It's not gonna be perfect, and you're
Yeah.
gonna make a lot of mistakes,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be worth it, and you're gonna learn a lot,
Yeah.
and you're gonna end up helping a." I mean, yeah, the amount of emails and notes I get from people on the impact it's had, like, it blows my mind. Because like, all year long, like, I don't really hear from them, like, in the summer, who's using is anyone using their planner out there? Is kinda what I, like, thinking about, and then, like, they come to order their next planner, and they, like, have this long note and stories of, like, how it's helping their life, and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah. And just the impact, right?
Right, it
And
just
do you
seems like
think
a business,
yeah.
sometimes, but it's more.
Do you feel like when God whispers this idea of a business that you should start that sounds a little overwhelming and maybe silly and like could this even be a thing?
Mm,
Do you think that we severely underestimate how he causes so many people to rise up and support you?
mhm, 100%. There's so many people that you'll partner with that you've not met yet, and you're never gonna meet them unless you just take a step.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you probably don't know how many planners you've sold total, but could you have ever imagined the amount of planners that you've sold total?
Right. Right, no.
No.
No. I was
Yeah.
like, "Does anyone want a planner?" Like, the beginning thinking, I know 5 people that
Yeah.
would want one, but I have to order 500 in my first order. What am I gonna do?
You had to order
To
500?
order 5, that was, like, the minimum ordering quantity was 500, and this was, like, yeah. And I had figured out if I sell 150, like, if I can sell 150, that would cover the cost of all 500. I wouldn't make any profit, but that would at least cover the cost of manufacturing. And beyond my 5 friends, I was like, "I don't know who's gonna order this," but within 10 days, 189 people had ordered it. I
I
don't know.
remember this whole thing. Like, I
Yeah.
remember this
Yes.
whole, like,
Yes.
yes, yes. Oh my gosh, because you had to order 500. Was
And
that moment?
189 people felt like 1,000,000 people to me at that time. Yeah.
I love that. That's so beautiful. Okay. So, kind of wrapping up with the whole end of the year thing. Do
Mhm.
you do a word of the year?
I actually don't.
You don't? Did you ever?
I have, like, maybe once or twice.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It feels like a lot of pressure to put it into one word.
You're like, I don't do one word. I do an entire planner full of questions and journal prompts throughout the whole year, right?
Do you?
Yep, that's what you do. That's what you do. Um,
Do you do a word?
I do.
Nice.
Yeah, I've done it
Okay, I love it.
for a long time. This year my word was reclamation.
Ooh,
I know. You
that's
know what's
fancy.
funny? Yeah, right, long and fancy. It came to me and how I knew it was a word is so silly. I grew up in Iowa and there are a lot of coal mines and there are a lot of reclamation projects. And there was a
Mm.
day I put over my word for like weeks, and I just know like it'll appear and come, like I never, no pressure ever. And that word came to me and I was like, what the world? Like that's just like how you reclaim ground in a coal mine. Like, what does this mean? And so, then obviously, like, I looked the word back up and I can say now, right? Like, as the year was evolving, I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
this is
God,
awesome. I wanna hear,
I
like,
see,
how it's
how does
was
this
the
work?
year reclaimed? I wanna
Felt
know.
like I was going to like reclaim lost success or lost years, or I don't know, maybe we'd get kids or like income or something like that. And what it really ended up being was I, through my podcast, I've really like reclaimed my voice that had been super silenced just by,
Mm,
controlling mentors and people in the world and whatever. And yeah, Yeah.
That's amazing. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. And then my word for next year, I have this little, I've gone from doing a vision board to doing this vision book. It's literally like a watercolor book. I have a coach
Ooh,
that taught me how to do this, and then so that you can bring it with you everywhere you go. And it literally you can look at it every morning on
oh, I love
quiet
it.
time. I know, love this. And I had printed out, I'd seen it on the internet where this jewelry company, Byron Anthony's, it's a cool story how they got started, but they have like these most beautiful quotes on their jewelry. And there was this one about fire, and I printed it off in June. June, I printed this off for sure. That's when I did this first rendition of this thing, this vision book. And I was reading it, and it talks about like letting this fire burn so brightly inside of you, and like burning away anything that anybody doubts you, and it's like because you have enough passion inside of you to burn your fire brighter than the sun.
Ooh.
I know. And so of course I like talked to my chatbot about it because why wouldn't I talk to my chatbot about it? And it was like it is very Enneagram 8 of you, very like, and it basically was like, this is like your Phoenix year.
Ooh,
I know.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I don't know, yeah, I do love it. I love having a word of the year. I think I love having a word of the year because I don't ever pick it. I always allow it to
Yeah.
come,
Yeah.
and, um, and then it's fun to see how it evolves. Like I'll never forget 2020. I felt a phrase and a word, and the phrase was "keep freaking going," you
Mm.
know, and I even made a bracelet about it. And, but the word with it was grace. Was to like have grace with myself and to keep freaking going. I knew this in December of 2019, and I don't know if anybody remembers what happened in 2020,
Right. You
but so
needed that.
I needed all the grace for myself and pivoting. And
Yeah,
so yeah, I don't know.
that's cool.
I have a lot of fun with it
That's cool. I
every
love
single
that.
year. Yeah. So I do a word of the year.
I
But
love it. I love hearing other people's. I love talking about it.
yeah, I think it's fun if you approach it with no pressure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Definitely approach it with no pressure. And if it comes, it comes. And if it doesn't, that's cool. And then no pressure to the word throughout the year and like letting it evolve because you really actually don't know what it means. You got to let it evolve and kind of like see how God works it out in your life.
I love that. I feel that about goals too. Like it's funny because you don't know what's coming. So some people are like, why set a goal when I don't know what's going to happen anyway? But like, there's something about setting it, like, because you just don't, like, you'll get there. Most of the time, you'll get there. The route you chose is not the route that you'll take.
Mm-mm.
But if you never set a goal or you never,
Hmm.
then like, you end up drifting. It's just weird. I like that
Yeah.
because of the word. It's like, you don't know how that's going to impact you, but
Mhm.
it will in some
Well,
way, and you'll know.
yeah. But I think that's also, y'all, like really tying back to your planner is that I think that with one beautiful thing. Like to pull out my soul planners this morning, clear back from the beginning from 2018, and to be able to sit with them and look at the things that were important to me in that season and the things that I was focusing on. And, I was coming out when you created the planner, I was coming out of a season of like intense deep healing where I just kind of like fallen off my rocker of over achieving and burnout. And then to be able to see like how that all evolved and how that all worked out and how I say like God loves me and everything goes my way, even if I don't quite see it yet, and only good things happen to me. And seeing through the planner, through tracking that
Hmm.
stuff, how that all
Hmm.
worked out. I think that's also been like really fun to be able to look back on because I never throw them away.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I almost did my first time, and then someone was like, "What?"
No.
I had to go back in the trash to get it out, and now it's up there.
Yeah, they tell the story. I feel like planners tell the story of your life that you get
Yeah.
to look back on because life goes
Yeah.
so fast. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I love that. Okay, so you'll run to soulplanners.com. Obviously, it's down there in the show notes. I want you to look at it. I just want you to consider it. It's beautiful, it's fun. Gift it to yourself for Christmas. Gift it to your girlfriend for Christmas. Like she could use one too. All your family members could use one. They're absolutely beautiful. They're high quality. The paper is nice and thick. I think that's important.
Mhm. Yeah, you gotta have those juicy gel pens.
Yeah, you
Right?
gotta have, my friend Bree and I always say like paper thickness matters. Like thick
Yeah.
paper is like a luxury.
Right,
Like
right.
give us
Oh, yeah.
that. Give us that 20 and 32 pound
Oh,
paper. It's a
which is why
detailed.
it's 3 pounds.
Yeah, you know. Oh my
Oh, Chelsea,
gosh.
thank you. Thanks
Thank you.
for talking so highly
Yeah,
of the planner and sharing how you've used it in the past.
absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks for doing this and creating this. And I'm excited to see. I know you have a lot of thoughts and ideas swirling in your head about how to expand everything that is Soul Planners. So we're excited. Be watching, guys. Follow her on social media.
Cheers. Cheers to
Cheers.
the next year.
Cheers to the next year. So, all right, everyone, make sure you head to the show notes to follow her on social media, to order the planner, to look at all the things, enjoy the stickers and the custom post-it notes and everything. I'm so excited about it. I hope this episode gave you permission to slow down and create an intentional year that you can be really excited that you made happen a year from now. I'm telling y'all, I'm going back to a paper planner. Like God, I love that God usually inspires me to pick a guest so I can learn the lesson that I'm supposed to learn, you know? Like he's so good. I'm so glad y'all
Perfect
get to
time.
come. Yeah, welcome to the journey of that. I hope y'all got that as well. And we'll be continuing our Women of Excellence series, talking to more guests about what is their process? How are they ending their year, tying a bow on it, and kicking off their next great year? But again, we're starting with the planner because y'all need to order it. So thank you everybody for listening, and we will talk with y'all next time.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to All Things Excellence. If something landed with you today, I'd love for you to follow the show, share it with a friend, or leave a quick review. It helps more women find these transformational conversations. And if you're ready for support with your next step, or needing someone to stand in the gap with you to figure out what that even is, I'd love to create that space for you. And my intro clarity call is a great place to start, because life is too quick and too full to have to figure it out alone. Until next time, All Things Excellence fam, thank you for listening.